Learning how to read and write, or add and subtract, these are some of the basic foundational musts of modern society and are essential to independent living for all Americans, regardless of race, color, gender, and/or creed. Without this foundation, one cannot obtain the true meanings of life, liberty, or property, nor can they physically possess them. In Vicksburg, Mississippi, the mission of educating our youth has been undertaken by the sometimes underappreciated, underpaid, underrecognized, and at one period of time in a segregated atmosphere. Education is for improving the lives of others and for leaving your community and world better than you found it. This is a quote by Marion Wright Eldman and embodies the history and timeline of Vicksburg High School, the people it has produced, and its documented path from segregation to integration, from grassroots to national recognition. With a few name and location changes to what we know it as today, a school of excellence, Vicksburg High School has a storied past. Let's take a brief look at the timeline and evolution of VHS, from the people who helped shape it and some of the people that were shaped along the way. In 1923, the first high school for African American students in Vicksburg, Mississippi was built, Magnolia Avenue High School. Magnolia Avenue was a combination public four-year school and a six-year elementary school located in Vicksburg, Mississippi. It was the only senior high school for Negroes in the city. There were 22 teachers, including the principal, J. H. Bowman. 12 of these were high school teachers. The total enrollment for the school was more than 800 students. About 300 of these students made up the high school department. The high school courses offered included the sciences of chemistry, biology, and general science, the maths of Algebra 1 and 2, the social sciences of economics, sociology, world, American, and Negro history, civics, and problems of democracy, the Englishes of 1 through 4, clothing, foods, typing, shorthand, and woodshop for the boys. The shop classes were conducted in a separate building. School began at 8:30 a.m. and ended at 3:50 p.m. The periods were 60 minutes long, with a lunch period, a recess period, and an activity period each day. On Friday, the latter period was used as an assembly period for all classes in grades above third. A large part of the responsibility for providing the campus facilities was undertaken by the Negro community. Citizens equipped the science room, music room, orchestra, and the business department and bought the playground space used by the school. Magnolia Avenue High School was one of the oldest and most recognized schools for African American students in this state. In 1940, Magnolia Avenue was invited to participate in the Association of Colleges and Secondary Schools for Negroes Secondary School Study. Selected and funded by the Rockefeller Foundation, 16 of the most distinguished Black high schools in the United States participated in an experimental program to re-examine administrative, curricular, and instructional practices. Magnolia Avenue became the first accredited African American high school in the state of Mississippi. In 1945, Magnolia Avenue High School was renamed Bowman High School in honor of its beloved first principal, J. H. Bowman, who passed away a year earlier. After his death in 1944, Mr. Bowman was superseded as head principal by Mrs. Katie M. Washington. She remained head principal until 1958, when Bowman High School was closed. In 1959, a new high school for African Americans opened its doors in Vicksburg, and its name was Rosa A. Temple High School. For 12 years, from 1959 to 1971, Rosa A. Temple High School was more than just a high school for the African American student in Vicksburg. Rosa A. Temple was well known in most, if not all, cities in the state of Mississippi for its academic achievements, for its championships in the sports of football, basketball, baseball, and track, and for its outstanding extracurricular achievements in choir. Some of the students who graduated from this school are now doctors, educators, lawyers, teachers, military brigadier generals, air pilots, high-ranking members of the armed forces, and some even went on to become professional athletes. Legendary Jackson State University and Temple High School head football coach W.C. Gordon, Tougaloo College graduate and member of the Tougaloo 9 Civil Rights Team Albert Lassiter, and Army Brigadier General Robert Creer are just a few of the many outstanding people that Temple High School produced. Mrs. Rosa A. Temple, who is the school's namesake, was born September 4, 1869, and became a well-respected educator in Vicksburg, Mississippi. After attending Cherry Street High School and Jackson College, she began teaching in Vicksburg in 1885 when she was just 16 years old. In more than 60 years as an educator, Mrs. Temple taught all levels, but spent most of her years as a high school English teacher. She was known for exacting, uncompromising standards of excellence and for inspiring students and those colleagues that she worked with. She retired in 1947 and unfortunately passed away in 1972 at the age of 102, and she is buried at the Cedar Hill Cemetery in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Mr. O.W. Sanders served as Temple's first principal, and Mr. James E. Sturgis Jr. followed after the retirement of Mr. Sanders. The school is remembered with a mural on Levy Street, and in 2011, a new wing at Vicksburg Junior High School, the school that once bore her name, was dedicated to Mrs. Temple. In November 2015, the Board of Mayor and Aldermen granted the wishes of other Rosa A. Temple alumni and renamed Baldwin Ferry Road, which runs in front of the school, Rosa A. Temple Drive. The plaque set in front of the high school's riverfront mural best summarizes the importance of Rosa A. Temple High School to the community and its students. The plaque reads, "Noted for its academics and athletics, Rosa A. Temple High School became one of the most prestigious high schools in the state of Mississippi. The philosophy of this school was based upon the belief that every child, regardless of social position or intelligence, should have an opportunity to totally develop his or her individual abilities and interests, so that he or she may be able to practice those ideals which characterize good citizens of a democracy." Rosa A. Temple High School was the last officially segregated high school in Vicksburg, existing as such until 1971, when all Vicksburg schools were desegregated. In 1974, the Vicksburg School District decided it was finally time to give integration a try. Vicksburg High School was created by combining classes from the former predominantly Caucasian H.V. Cooper High School and the former predominantly African American Rosa A. Temple High School for the 1973-74 school year. Its new location was 3701 Drummond Street, the site of the former H.V. Cooper High School. Over the years, as an integrated high school, Vicksburg High has grown from just a school on the hill to a school of excellence, producing many scholars, business owners, professionals, and pro athletes along the way. Our current head principal, Dr. Tamika Davis, Super Bowl winner Malcolm Butler, and Rhodes Scholar Donald Brown all matriculated through these illustrious halls and are joined by alumni members and community leaders in their efforts to further enrich the legacy of Vicksburg High. We as the Vicksburg High family wanted to find a unique way to acknowledge the people who not only graduated from Vicksburg High or its parent schools, but decided to make Vicksburg their home and become contributing, productive members of the community, exemplifying the academic excellence that was instilled in them by the pioneers of our yesterday. We have decided to recognize a group of former students who have gone on to become excellent members of the Vicksburg, Mississippi community and are giving back to both the school that molded their minds and the community that supported them along the way. Presenting now to the giants whose shoulders we stand on, our 2020 Excellence Award. The recipients are as follows.
I'm Rondalyn Nix, and I have the pleasure of introducing the recipients of the 2020 Annual Vicksburg High School Excellence Awards. These outstanding individuals have graduated from Bowman High, Rosa A. Temple, or Vicksburg High School, and they continue to pour back into our community with their amazing works.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we're liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. Our Deepest Fear by Marianne Williamson. Welcome to Vicksburg High School's first annual 2020 Excellence Awards. I am Dr. Tamika H Davis, and I serve as Executive Principal at Vicksburg High School. Today, we honor graduates of Bowman High School, Rosa A. Temple High School, and Vicksburg High School who have made a positive impact in our community. It is truly an honor to recognize individuals who have paved the way so that the process of excellence can continue. It is our hope that by honoring the past, we can continue to make progress towards making our community better. We are truly standing on the shoulders of giants, and we firmly believe that the best is yet to come.
Our first recipient is William H. Banks, Jr. Mr. Banks is a 1968 graduate of Rosa A. Temple. He has a business administration degree from Alcorn State University. Current profession, supervisor, Warren County District 2. This profession falls under the Cab Academy. Mr. William H. Banks, Jr.
First, good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank you all for this opportunity and thanking you for selecting me as one of your recipients. I am glad to be a graduate of Rosa A. Temple High School. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate the committee for selecting me.
We thank you for all of your service.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. How are you doing?
Okay, I have some questions for you.
Okay.
What was high school like back then, and what year did you graduate?
I graduated in 1968. High school was really wonderful. Everyone really had a good time, and everyone enjoyed themselves. They enjoyed the activities, and they enjoyed their teachers.
Okay. What encouraging words do you have for students as we prepare to go into the community as productive citizens?
I really would like for you to pay attention to your teachers. They are there to help you, and if you put your heart, mind, and soul into doing your lesson and doing what you're supposed to do, you will be successful, because everything will be dedicated and on you doing what you're supposed to do, because the teachers are doing what they're supposed to do.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Our next recipient is Judge Angela Carpenter. Judge Carpenter is a 1986 graduate of Vicksburg High School. She has a bachelor's in political science, a master's in political science, and a law degree. Current profession, judge for the Municipal Court of Vicksburg, which falls under the CAB and HHS Academy. Judge Angela Carpenter.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Any words?
Yes, just a few words right here. Catch my breath. First of all, I can't tell y'all enough how thankful I am for you all to even consider me. So thank you to the committee for considering me and for honoring me today. I cannot put into words just how special this award is to me. To come from my alma mater, Vicksburg High School, I mean, there's just nothing more special than that. When I think of Vicksburg High School, I have so many fond memories. I could go on and on. It would take all day to do that. But I remember being in band with Mr. Harness. I remember being a Gator girl. I remember the pride we had in Vicksburg High School. I remember that, and it resonated so much with us back then that even today, with my class of 1986, we're still close, and next year we'll be celebrating 35 years, and we're still closer than ever. And I know that much of that is because of the pride and love that the teachers and everyone here instilled in us. I'm just so very grateful for them, so very thankful. I do pray that this award will inspire other students here to know that anything is possible. And I also hope that it inspires the teachers to know that if you plant that seed in their child when they're young and watch them grow, you'll see them flourish. And what I am today, standing here today, is all because of my family, my church, and the teachers at Vicksburg High School. So thank you all so very much.
Our next recipient is Brigadier General Robert Creer. Mr. Creer is a 1971 graduate of Rosa A. Temple High. He has a bachelor's in mathematics and a master's in national resource strategy. He's currently the chairman of Rye Development, president and CEO of the Creer Group, LLC. This profession falls under the CAB Academy. Brigadier General Robert Creer.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you. Well, let me just tell you what a distinct honor it is to be honored in your hometown and to be honored as part of your lineage. I've been all over the world, been to all different places, and I've always been proud to let everybody know that I'm a proud product of the public school system here in Mississippi, especially here in Vicksburg, culminated with my graduation from Vicksburg High, the precursor to Vicksburg High School, Rosa A. Temple High School in 1971. And who would have known that when I was commissioned as an officer in the Army Corps of Engineers, that one day it would bring me back home to Vicksburg, not only once, but twice. First time as commander of Vicksburg District, when my mom was here to see that. And let me tell you, that was a crowning glory. To be able to have your mother proud of you and to see you in your work, knowing that what she had to go through, that it was not possible for her, that was just outstanding. And then to be selected again to come back to Vicksburg, this time as the first African-American, both times, first African-American, first Native ever to command the district, then come back to command the Mississippi Valley Division, then on top of that to be appointed president of the Mississippi River Commission. There's never been an African-American on the commission, even to this day. And so again, I owe all of that, certainly to my family, my wife who's been with me my whole 33 years in the military, who also a graduate of Rosa A. Temple High School. Our 4 kids that we're proud of, and really the city of Vicksburg. Thank you for this honor.
Next, we have Tommy J. Curtis Jr. He is a 1998 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He obtained a Bachelor of Criminal Justice, a Master of Public Administration, and a Master's of Arts in Religion. He is currently a sergeant at the Vicksburg Police Department, Criminal Investigation and Juvenile. This falls under the HHS Academy. Sergeant Tommy J. Curtis Jr.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Hi, Mr. Curtis. What high school did you attend and what year did you graduate?
I graduated Vicksburg High, 1998.
What was high school like when you attended Vicksburg High School?
High school was very exciting. I learned a lot. Dr. Henderson was here when I came, when I was here present. Also, the principals at the time that was here, Dr. Calloway. It was so many wonderful people, you know. I don't want to name names, which I did. I started off. Mr. Harness was one of our principals as well. We just had some great people here, and those people inspired me to be great. They stayed on me. I'm not gonna say I was a perfect student, but I was a student that learned from mistakes. But in doing so, I gained a lot of knowledge from all of my peers. They pushed me to be great. I played football, ran track, did a lot of things here at this school. So I'm very proud of that, and that what made me to be the person I am today.
What are some words of encouragement you can give to our students?
Some words of encouragement to just, reach for the skies. Like my teachers always told me, you can be whatever you want to be. The sky's the limit. Surround yourself around positive people that'll help lead you and show you the way. And also trust in God. If you trust in Him and lean not to your own understanding, acknowledge Him in all your ways, He'll direct your path. And that's something that my mom instilled in me, my grandparents, and my family. So without that being said, this school is great. Just follow the leaders that's here, that's put in place, Dr. Henderson and her wonderful staff. If you do that, you can make it. And that's all I can say.
Next, we have Dr. Tamika H Davis. She is a 2000 graduate of Vicksburg High School. She has an Associate of Applied Science Early Childhood Education from Hines Community College, a Bachelor of Science in Early Childhood Education from Jackson State University, Master of Education Teaching Arts from Mississippi College, Specialist of Education, Education Administration from Mississippi College, Doctorate of Education, Education Administration, also from Mississippi College. Current profession, she is the Executive Principal at Vicksburg High School, which falls under the HHS Academy. Dr. Tamika H Davis.
Well, it is truly an honor to receive this award, and it's also an honor to lead my alma mater. I got my foundation from Vicksburg High School under the direction of Mr. Carmen Harness, who was the principal during that time, followed by Mr. J Toliver. And both principals did not accept anything less than excellence. They made us get our work. They made sure that we understood the things that our teachers were trying to instill in us, and they made sure that they pushed us to our maximum potential. As an administrator, I'm trying to get Vicksburg High School back to excellence, hence our Facebook page and our motto, because I know that there are some talented people who've graduated from Vicksburg High School. We have talented students here, and these halls were once filled with pride. So our Back to Excellence page is more than just a Facebook page. Is what we live by in our motto, and that is what drives the decisions that we make in this building. I'm very thankful for the teachers who are here, who give it their all every day, my admin team who come in and give it their all every day. We are really making progress getting us back to where we used to be. I'm excited about the changes that Vicksburg High School has undergone over the years, and I truly believe that the best is yet to come. So we ask for the community to continue to support us in our endeavors and know that we are working hard to get Vicksburg High School back to what it once was.
What high school did you attend? What year did you graduate?
I'm a proud graduate of Vicksburg High School, and I graduated 2000, the year of 2000.
What is the difference between Vicksburg High School now as you were a student as now as you're a principal?
Well, as a student, I can remember being in the pep rally, listening to Mr. Harness saying, "I'm so glad I go to Vicksburg High School." And you would literally leave in tears because you could feel the pride in the air. And so as an administrator, I know how great we are. I know who the people who laid the foundation. So as an administrator and as a leader of my alma mater, it's up to me and the people who I surround myself with to get us back to that point, because there are some very talented students here, and I have a plethora of great teachers in this building who are highly educated and know how to educate children and maximize their full potential.
Do you have any words of encouragement for our students?
Take advantage of all of your opportunities. Because sometimes opportunities don't come around but once. So make sure that you take advantage of your opportunities, make sure that you listen to what your teachers have to say, and you apply yourself. Nothing is given, and if it's given, it's not worth having.
Our next recipient is Dr. Terrence James. He is a 1996 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a bachelor's degree in political science, a master's degree in public policy and administration, a doctoral degree in educational leadership. He is currently the Career and Technical Administrator, which falls under the CAB Academy. Dr. Terrence James.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Testing. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank Vicksburg High School, Dr. Davis, for putting this on. I'm honored that you all selected me as a member of being on the excellence for this occasion. I love what I do. I love children. They are really the future. Yesterday, somebody was telling me that, and I really don't understand it at the time. But I realize that I am in a situation where I can make things happen, great things happen for students. And I know that as long as we put in to them now, they will be the children of tomorrow. This world has definitely seen and gone through a lot this past year, and we're going to be looking forward to them to come up with solutions to just help make this place a better place. But thank you all again for providing me with this honor. Thank you.
Next recipient is Joseph Johnson. He's a 1978 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a community counseling degree from Mississippi College. Current profession, administrator and counselor, which falls under the HHS Academy. Mr. Joseph Johnson.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service. You're welcome. You take it next.
I'd like to say that I'm pleased, honored, and humbled by this award, and especially to be one of the first group of recipients of the annual Excellence Award. I am thankful to Dr. Tamika Davis and her staff, her wonderful staff here at Vicksburg High School. I also thank the nominating committee as well for selecting me. The school district itself certainly has always been one of the most dominant pillars in the community, certainly other than your church, and to see the great things that are happening at this school and the students who are being brought up to par and their deficits reduced is such a great satisfaction to me. And so thanks to the staff here, thanks for all that you're doing, and again, thanks for this award that I accept on behalf of Central Mississippi Prevention, its staff and board. Thanks again.
Next, we have Antonia Flags Jones. She's a 1989 graduate of Vicksburg High School. She has a Bachelor of Science in Management. She is currently the Warren County Tax Collector, which falls under the Cab Academy. Antonia Flags Jones.
Congratulations, and we appreciate all of your service.
I would just like to say to Vicksburg High, to Dr. Davis, to all of your staff, to all of the committee that put this program together, I'm so very honored to be one of your first that you thought enough of to see the excellence in my journey. My journey started here. Matter of fact, when I first started in the career world, I came back to Vicksburg High where I got my start. And that's what led me to the tax collector's office where I've been ever since. And I just thank you once again for all that you've done, all that you're doing in rearing our children in the community. And anything I can do to help Vicksburg High be excellent, I'm all about it. Thank you.
Our next recipient is attorney Kimberly Naylor. She is a 1998 graduate of Vicksburg High School. She has a Bachelor's of Art in Political Science from Alcorn State University and a Juris Doctorate degree from the University of Mississippi Law School. Current profession, City Prosecutor, Associate City Attorney for the City of Vicksburg. Attorney Kimberly Naylor.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
I just want to start by thanking Dr. Davis and her staff, administrators, teachers, staff, and students here. This is my alma mater. This is Vicksburg High. I'm a Gator. I'm an Alconite, Dr. Brown. I'm an Ole Miss graduate, but most of all, I just want to say that I'm a child of God. And to every student that's here, I commend you. I mean, this pandemic has been challenging for everyone. For those of you, whether you're virtual learning or learning here in school, it takes a lot to try to get through these times. It's hard for us as adults. But just one thing I want you to learn about pandemic, this is indicative of life. You're gonna have your ups and downs, you're gonna go through things, but it's how you persevere. So with that, I just wanna thank each of you. Keep persevering, keep fulfilling your dreams, keep doing everything that you do to be great. And once again, thank you all so much.
Our next recipient is Preston Naylor. He is a 1999 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a biology degree from Delta State University, Master's of Arts in Teaching from Mississippi College, Educational Specialist from Mississippi College as well. He's currently the Athletic Director for Vicksburg Warren School District, which falls under the Cab Academy. Preston Naylor.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Proud to be a graduate of Vicksburg High School, class of 1999, and glad for Dr. Davis and her staff here to bring excellence back to Vicksburg High School. Very proud of our students and all they're accomplishing. Just thankful to be a part of this and to receive this award. Thank you so much.
Our next recipient is Bertil Rogers. She's a 1958 graduate of Bowman High School. She has a Family and Consumer Science degree from Alcorn State University and a master's from Northeast Louisiana University. She is currently a teacher at Lake Providence, Louisiana, which falls under the CAB and HHS academies. Ms. Bertil Rogers.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Thank you.
What high school did you attend and what year did you graduate?
Graduated in 1958 from Bowman High School in Vicksburg, Mississippi.
What was high school like at Bowman High School?
It was not laid back at all. Very firm and strict. And Mr. Sanders was the principal. And we were thinking we were going to get in a new school, which was Temple High. We were supposed to, but we did not. So we were the last class. And some of the graduates were J.W. Knox, who was a co-chair, Ruby Fields, I'm thinking some more, Dr. Betty Jane Gardner, Joe Evelyn Franklin, and David Jackson, to name a few. And those class came from all over the county. We didn't have but one black high school, and that was Bowman High.
What are some words of encouragement you can give to our students?
Study hard, be disciplined, which they are not. Be disciplined, and set a goal for yourself. I set a goal for myself, and I obtained it. So set a goal for yourself, and you will obtain it.
Next, we have Attorney Marshall Sanders. He's a 1969 graduate of Rosa A. Temple. He has a Doctor of Law degree, current profession, attorney at law, which falls under the HHS Academy. Attorney Marshall Sanders.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank Ms. Brown and her associates for being so kind to consider me for such a prestigious award. And I think that I represent the class of 1969 of Rosa A. Temple High School, along with my parents, Elizabeth Sanders, my grandparents, Fred and Louisa Sanders, and a whole host of other teachers and friends who were able to, I hope, steer me in the right direction as I grew up and aspired to do some things in this life. And I pray that by this award, it's some indication that we have achieved a certain measure of respect and a certain measure of success. And I really thank you all. This is a great honor for me. Thank you.
Our next recipient is Bradford A. Steed. He's a 1995 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a master's in civil engineering from Mississippi State University, a bachelor's in civil engineering from Louisiana Tech University. Current profession, civil engineering, supervisory research structural engineer. This falls under the Acme Academy. Mr. Bradford A. Steed.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
Well, to Dr. Davis, the administration, as well as Dr. Brown and her team for putting this together. It's definitely an honor and a privilege to be a recipient of the Back to Excellence Award for Vicksburg High School. I'm humbled to be in the inaugural class with the other 21 recipients, some very esteemed and accomplished individuals. I'm proud to say that I was a graduate, like you mentioned, back in 1995, and during that time, Vicksburg High School was recognized as a National School of Excellence. So we're on the right road, on the right track. The things that we're doing, from the state-of-the-art facilities to the career academies, is very impressive. I wish I would have had an opportunity to partake in the engineering career academy. That would have been, a blast. But my days here, walking the halls, Vicksburg, learning, putting in the hard work, dedication, the things that were instilled in us, the things that you guys are instilling in the students today. I know we're on the road to reaching that goal of returning to excellence.
Next, we have Alonzo Stevens. He's a 1970 graduate of Rosa A. Temple. He has a bachelor's in PE and a master's in athletic administration and biology. He's a retired educator and coach, school board member, and U.S. Army officer. These fall under the CAB Academy. Mr. Alonzo Stevens.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you so much, Dr. Davis. It's a great honor. This is home. 38 years in the buildings of Vicksburg Warren School District, and just to be back here in this immaculate, beautiful building is awesome. And I'm just almost speechless, and that's hard for a coach to do, since I don't coach most everybody up in here almost anyway. I would like to say, and Pat, thank you so much. Thanks for this community. Thanks for the Vicksburg Warren Schools. We continue on, and as Ms. T.J. Watson told me over 50 years ago, she said, good, better, best. You never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. Thank you.
Next, we have James E. Sturgis Jr. He's a 1976 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a Bachelor of Science in Hotel Management from Alcorn State University. He's retired, and he's the Vicksburg Warren School District School Board President. This falls under the CAB Academy. Mr. James E. Sturgis Jr.
May I? Oh, right here? Oh, I gotta stay right here?
For now.
Oh, gotta take a picture first?
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm honored and humbled to accept this award. I would like to thank the Back to Excellence Committee, my mother and father, my children, my teachers, and last but certainly not least, my wife of 31 years, Stephanie Boykins Sturgis. When I began my career, my father stressed 3 objectives to me that I have used over 30 years while working. The initials are TDS. Always be tenacious, always be dedicated, and always be steadfast. I love you, Dad. Thanks for the advice. Thank you again to everyone for this prestigious award. God bless.
Our next recipient is Judge Toni Walker Terrett. She is a 1992 graduate of Vicksburg High School. She has a bachelor's in chemistry, a master's in journalism, and a Juris Doctorate in law. Current profession, Circuit Court Judge for the 9th Judicial District. This falls under the HHS Academy. Judge Toni Walker Terrett.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service. Thank you so much.
I'd like to thank Dr. Johnson and all of the Vicksburg High School staff and students for seeing fit to give me this recognition and honor. Vicksburg High School is definitely a big part of my foundation of who I am and who I have become and who I'm becoming. in my personal and professional life. And this really means a lot that, you know, my alma mater would see fit to recognize me and give me this award. Thank you all so much.
Next we have Charlie J Toliver. He's a 1964 graduate of Rosa A Temple. He has a bachelor's and master's in education. He's a retired teacher and administrator, which falls under the HHS Academy. Mr. Charlie J Toliver.
First of all, I want to say good morning to
Mr. Toliver.
She gonna present you with. Oh, Chris. Oh, I get a award after I just speak.
Congratulations and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you. Thank you again. I'm getting ahead of the ball game here. It's an honor to be considered for an excellence award, I believe you call it. When you define excellence, I'm not real sure where I fall in that category. However, I do know that it is a goal of mine to work hard, follow my mentors, to come to this point. So again, I thank you for doing that. And I have a quick word for the students that came here. In your role as a student, and I guess I should say administrators and all of you, really, it is important that you do your best and produce excellent work. This will increase your confidence and esteem, as well as results in praise, like I'm getting today, thank you, good grades, students, and other benefits. Striving for excellence is working hard to do your very best always. And like I used to say in Vicksburg High School, students and adults as well, with something to think about, make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.
Our next recipient is Robert M. Walker. He's a 1962 graduate of Rosa A Temple. He has a master's degree in history and political science. He is currently retired. Mr. Robert M. Walker.
Thank you for your service and congratulations.
Thank you.
You got it? Okay. So brief phrase. Well, first of all, I am delighted to be here. I never attended this particular school. Our children did, our three daughters all attended this facility. I graduated from Rosa Temple, as it has been stated, in 1962. And I just want to say that the Vicksburg Public Schools have been very, very special in our lives. Because of it, we've all been able, at least our children, to get graduate degrees in college. And I myself and my wife both are degreed. We would not have enjoyed the successes that we have had it not been for the Vicksburg Public Schools. Our parents, both of our parents, did not get much formal education. Our mother finished the 8th grade, and my dad finished the 4th. And they always stressed to us the importance of getting a good education, not just an education, but a good education that would be something that no one could take from you. I have to, and I don't want to talk too long, but I do want to state this. When I was in school, and it was during the days of segregation, you know, we got books from H.V. Cooper at that time, sometimes 5, 6, and 7 years after the students, white students, had used them. So we always got old textbooks, but our teachers made sure that we finished all of the pages, those that were dirty and the ones that were clean, that nobody had dealt with. In addition to that, in their efforts to make sure that we were ready for college wherever we went, there was an instructor, Mr. Frank Crump, who used to teach us advanced mathematics after school on his own time. And when we left here, I ended up being number 13 in a class of 139. But when we left the Vicksburg Public Schools, we weren't challenged by anyone. No one were better academicians than we. And if you look at those persons, now adults, who went through the Vicksburg Public Schools, most of them have been trailblazers, and all of them have been solid through the years. So thank you so much for this honor and for allowing me an opportunity to say a few words. Thank you very much.
Our next recipient is Casey Younger Sr. Esquire. He is a 2004 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a Bachelor of Arts from Millsaps College and a Juris Doctorate from Mississippi College School of Law. Current profession, President-elect and shareholder of Wilkinson, Patterson, Smith, Pumphrey, and Stevenson, which falls under the HHS Academy. Casey Younger Sr. Esquire.
Congratulations, and thank you for your service.
Wow, it's kind of hard to follow Mayor Walker. But first and foremost, I want to say thank you to Dr. Davis and her staff and her team for creating an award like this and promoting academic excellence. It means a lot and shows a lot where the school is heading, and it shows that it's heading in the right direction. So I'm proud to say I'm an alum here, and I want to just give thanks also to the staff and the coaches and the administration that was in place when I was here, based on just the encouraging words that I've always gotten from them, and for those who continue to keep up with me now, I really appreciate it. And lastly, and most importantly, I want to thank my family for staying on top of me and continuing prayers for me and for everything they've done for me up to this date. I appreciate it, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you all.
Our next recipient is Attorney Lane Campbell. He's a 2001 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a Juris Doctorate, a degree in biochemistry and biology from the University of Mississippi. Current profession, attorney, which falls under the CAB and HHS Academy. Attorney Lane Campbell.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we thank you for your service. Here you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate the award. I want to thank, my mom was a teacher here for 15 years. My father was an attorney here for his entire career. He was a prosecutor for 10 years. I'm very proud to be a product of the public school system. I didn't go to any other schools other than public school systems. I know that Vicksburg High prepared me well for Ole Miss, and I know Ole Miss prepared me well for my career in the law. I could sit here and thank the principals, Toliver, Harness. I could go on and on. It took basically an army of people to take care of me and my classmates, because I know my classmates are off doing great things. So I appreciate this award. I appreciate the recognition, but this is more a testament to how well Vicksburg High prepared their students going forward. So thank you again, and I appreciate it.
Attorney Christopher Green. He's a 1998 graduate of Vicksburg High School. He has a bachelor's in political science from Alcorn State University and his Juris Doctorate from Southern University Law Center. Current profession, attorney, which falls under the CAB and HHS Academy. Attorney Christopher Green.
Congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
All right, thank you. Let me get this mask on. Look, first off, I'd like to thank Dr. Davis for giving me this opportunity to come here and be recognized for this award. Vicksburg High School is very important to me.
I went to Vicksburg High School. My mother and my father went to Vicksburg High School. Both of my children went to Vicksburg. My son is currently going to Vicksburg High School. So I definitely appreciate being recognized here. Vicksburg is high school is important, played an important part, an important role in my life. Some of the teachers here and some of the lessons I've learned have helped me matriculate through this educational process to get me to the point where I am here now. I met my wife here at Vicksburg High School, so this has been real big for me, and it's been real impressive in my life. So I'd like to thank you all, and I'd like to thank Vicksburg High School.
Hello, I am Chad Sheely, the superintendent of the Vicksburg Warren School District, and it is my great pleasure to bring closing remarks to this event. While we had the honor these great individuals via virtual ceremony, it does not at all diminish the great respect and admiration I have for them. They have given so much to our community and to our state, and for that, I am deeply grateful. I know some of these honorees well, and I haven't had the pleasure of meeting all of them yet, but as I learn of the great contributions by the Vicksburg High School and Rosa A. Temple High School graduates, I am truly inspired. There are two who serve on our school board of trustees, E Sturgis Jr. and Coach Alonzo Stevens, who I've had the pleasure to work very closely with, and I want to personally thank them here for all they have done for the children in our community. They work tirelessly and have made difficult decisions for the betterment of our district. They have led courageously, and I am thankful for their leadership. A house is only as good as the foundation laid, and it is obvious from the many successes and countless accounts of the individuals being honored here that the personal foundations they are building upon were laid well, solid, and sturdy. The time spent at Vicksburg High School or Temple High with dedicated teachers and coaches, along with the support from family members, other community members, church leaders, have helped to strengthen the base from which these individuals operate. These deep roots were forged early and nurtured to produce some of Vicksburg's most talented and dedicated citizens. Your success validates the education you received at Vicksburg High School or Rosa A. Temple High. And we are committed to providing the same strong foundation to every student at Vicksburg High School today. We are working diligently to prepare every child to graduate college, career, and life prepared. Our high school, college, and career academies are designed to provide each student a head start in their career and life after high school. In their academy, students are gaining the knowledge, experiences, and leadership skills that they can apply both in their careers and in their personal lives. Last year, students at Vicksburg High School earned 1,398 semester college credit hours, all at no cost to them. And the number of dual credit AP courses for college and credit per graduating senior continues to increase. Despite COVID, at VHS, that number has increased from 2.34 in 2016 to 8.1 this year, and an increase of 1.6 over last year. Vicksburg High School graduates are well prepared and ready to meet any challenge, rise to any occasion, and lead this community to a bright future. Our building is also transforming to support our college and career academies, and I want to thank those who supported us in passing the bond issue. We want our students and staff to be proud of their school and have a safe and up-to-date facility in which to learn and thrive. They deserve it, and our community deserves it, and we are so very grateful for the investment you are making in our children in the future of Vicksburg High School. As our event comes to a close, I want to say to all of the honorees, well done and thank you. We acknowledge and appreciate your many talents and your ongoing commitment to Vicksburg High School and to our community. We hope that you will continue to support Vicksburg High School and the Vicksburg Warren School District and know that you are always welcome here. Thank you and God bless.